Yeah, boy.
All right.
All right, man. What's going on, dude?
Uh, so like I told you in my email, I'm 25, almost 26 in October. I'm gonna graduate this May. Um, Pretty much all my training has been geared towards the SEALs, and I've been watching all your videos and everything. You've been telling people to not go the enlisted route. So my concern was like, my age and everything. I'm really ready to just start my life and get in the pipeline. And so I just wanted to know how, my age is affecting that or
What did
um,
you what did you like? What took you so long to go to college?
so yeah, I had a lot of just like indecisiveness of what I really wanted to do with my life and if I even wanted to continue to go to college. So I took some time off and worked a lot. And then I came back uh and then here I am about to finish it up.
Okay, so here's what I would tell you, man. Like, you just spent 4 years at A&M, right?
No, I've only been here for 2 years. I
Two
was at
years.
other Yes,
You
sir.
spent 2 years at A&M. You in the
Yes, sir.
Corps Cadets, right?
Yes, sir.
I take it you a non-contracted kid. You just in the Corps.
Correct.
Okay, then I would tell you, like, the most foolish thing you could do is spend all that time to get through college and do all that work, and then go enlist. Okay, that's the most foolish thing you could do.
Right.
And so I would tell you, like, go down, see the Army recruiter, ask for the officer dude. They'll have you. I mean, when you check out in May, they'll send you to boot camp. You go to boot camp, and I don't know how it is because you're in the Corps of Cadets, so you may not have to go to basic training. So they may send you straight to um, what do you call it? They may send you straight to OCS. What I would tell you is you need to talk to the Corps of Cadets because there's a chance that you ain't even got to go to OCS. So I will go talk to your officers in the Corps of Cadets right there at A&M and ask them what do you have to do to commission as an Army officer. So you might not have to do basic in OCS. You could be in Ranger School. You literally could graduate, go to IOBC, and be in Ranger School in about maybe early September.
Okay.
Okay, and that's a lot better track than trying to go down some road of being an enlisted Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And you like here's the problem. If this was a year ago, then I would say we'll take a shot at being Navy SEAL. But the applications for SOAS are due here in 2 weeks. And so if
Yeah.
the applications are due in 2 weeks, you can't get an application in 2 weeks. So
Right.
then you got to go enlist. And I'm not like the enlistment pipeline is backed up by 9 months right now. So even if you did go enlist, you ain't getting to go SEALs. You ain't even going to show up at training for another 2 years because you got to go to basic, then you got to go you got to go to basic, then you got to go to Buds Prep. That's both of those are 3.5 months long, roughly. You could test out a Buds Prep, but you're talking about 2024 before you even get to SEAL training.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, and you making about 1/5 a month.
Right. So my question is for that enlisted side, because I've heard that like the officers they don't get a lot of team time. Is that even true?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna tell you. All y'all think that you're gonna want to go out there and bang in the team for 20 years. That ain't the case, brother. Like you're gonna get your 2 or 3 deployments in, and then you're gonna be like, all right, what can I do now?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to stay in, you go screen for CAG or for Dev Group. But like everybody got this misnomer, like you might not even like the job, man. Okay. So like people giving me that argument that they want to be enlisted so that they can go bang more. First thing I tell them is, yeah, that's great. That sounds awesome. I said, I know a bunch of enlisted dudes that do 2, 3 deployments and then they going over to training. They're going over to group. They going over to the boat unit. Like stop making decisions on going to bang. This ain't 2001 where we're gonna be at war for 20 years. So there's a good chance that ain't nobody banging right now. Now, that might change, but I can't make decisions based on how much work I'm gonna get to put in. Especially when I graduate from college. I'm a minority and I could go change my life by going to be an officer in the military.
Okay.
What's your ethnicity?
So I'm half black and half Pakistani.
Okay. Can you speak Arabic?
No, unfortunately, my dad didn't teach me.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
don't speak English.
Okay, that's fine. But see, what I'm saying is, like, you go in the army, I don't know what you are. How close to Pakistani are you? How
50,
close?
50.
Like, looking wise, how close are you?
Pretty dead
Pretty
on.
close, right? So now
Yeah.
you go in the army as an officer, you go in spec ops and human, like, ain't no telling what you're gonna be doing. Okay, but they don't have that in the SEALs. They don't have that in the SEAL community, right? Like, that's why I say, like, the army's a better route. You could be an officer, man. Like, and you be an officer. Like, my two dudes,
Yeah.
my one guy took him 3 months and he was shipping for basic. And I don't think you're gonna have to go to basic because you're in the Corps of Cadets for 2 years. So that's what I'm saying. Go talk to your officers and find out exactly how it works. And then if I was you, I would get that process started, man.
Yes, sir.
Like, ain't no reason to wait around.
Yes, sir.
You've been working out?
Oh yeah, I mean, cause
What's your 2 mile time?
I haven't done 2 miles, but I did 5 miles like 3 days ago, and it was 35 minutes.
Okay, so you fine. You good all day, right?
Right.
So then let's go put that ruck on and hit the army, man. Like, this ain't it ain't a hard decision, to be honest with you. Okay. Especially with the whole SEAL pipeline so backed up. It'd be different if you could go to Buds 3-4 months from now after basic.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Right on.
I think it's only gonna get worse too. I think they're gonna get backed up to a year. You know, like it was 6 months a year ago. Now it's 9 months. It's only gonna get worse.
That's crazy. Okay. My next question is this. It's not pertaining to me, but I have a lot of buddies who are Air Force, right? And they all want to be pilots. And I told them about your videos and how you were saying that the Navy pilots need a lot of manning. And so they have the option now. The Navy has given them the option to switch over to become a pilot in the Navy. So what would you say on that?
So are they in the Air Force right now? Are they like Air Force ROTC?
Right. Yeah, they're in Air Force ROTC.
I tell everybody the same thing. Go look at the number of airplanes. Google it, right? Let's Google it right now. Let's Google the number of airplanes in the Air Force, number of airplanes in aircraft in the Navy. Okay. So yes. Aircraft in the Air Force. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we should just put pilots in there.
Okay.
I could already tell you right now it's different because I already did this with the Navy side, and it was crazy because the guy I was talking to was at the Naval Academy and was telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. So there's 1,000 F-16s. Okay, I'm like, no, I don't think it's gonna be that close. I'm looking down this list to see if the big ones, AC refueling, KC-135s. All right, let's get a total. Let's see if this thing will give me a total number.
All right.
But it's probably about, doing rough math, we're looking at probably there's 2,000. There's, let's give that 2,200, 2,500. There's another 1,000. Let's say there's another 1,000 right there if you count the 500 training aircraft they have. So you're talking about like all in maybe 3,500 airframes, right? Would be my guess, somewhere in that number, 35, 4,000. Okay, let's see what the Navy got. Because I could be wrong. I just know that I know right now if you pass the test, man, they taking you right now.
Right.
Right now. Hang on, let's see what this says. Okay, aircraft. All right, hang on, here we go. So all right, so you got 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,500, 1,800, 2,000. I might be wrong, man. There might be more airplanes in the Navy, Air Force. Because right now I'm looking at like 2,500 for the Navy.
Okay.
And that's with helicopters. But here's what I'm going to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Everybody goes into the Air Force to fly. Okay, so it's really hard to get a flight billet in the Air Force. It's really hard. I know that for a fact. Right. Cats at the Air Force Academy, everybody want to fly. Okay. The Navy is like a secondary or tertiary job, right? Driving ships, driving submarines. Like those are primary jobs in the Navy. Flying planes is kind of like a tertiary job. I'll stop saying that there's more aircraft in the Navy. Now I'm gonna do some more research on it because I've heard that multiple different places. So, but I just know it's a lot easier to fly in the Navy. My equipment manager from Illinois, right now, my ball dude that ran around and got balls for us, is flying in the Navy right now. He in flight school. So, gotcha. Okay, so the Navy has 3,700 operational aircraft. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can find out how many the Air Force has. 37. Okay, so 3,700 in the Navy. Let's see what the Air Force has. United States Air Force operational aircraft. Okay, so I'm wrong. Okay, the Air Force has 5,700. Okay, but like I said, a lot easier to fly in the Navy right now.
Right.
Because everybody going to Air Force wanting to fly, right? So
exactly.
All right, hang on. Damn, I'm trying to get to it. It won't give it to me. Let me get to it. I hate being on my phone. Okay, let's see what it says. I just saw 5,700, man. So 2,000 more. And the way to think about that is like 2,000 more pilots isn't a lot. And you got to believe that they got 75% more than that. Maybe they may have double the number of pilots in the Air Force. It's just the way it works, though. Like, it's easier to fly in the Navy right now. I don't know how hard it is to fly in the Air Force.
Oh, it's pretty backed up.
It's backed up right now.
That's why they have this option.
The Navy's backed up right now, right? It took my dude, I guess ain't that backed up, about 6 months. He went into OCS. He got done. He had 3 months OHARP duty, which is officer recruiting. And then he was in flight school in January this year. So it didn't take him that long. Yeah, I would tell them they crazy if they don't go in the Navy to fly.
Yeah, that's like a guaranteed switch over.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm telling them what you've been saying. Because I mean, if they want to fly, it's like the same thing with being a SEAL versus a Green Beret.
Same deal, right? I know this is the same plane, man. Okay, right. So there's hang on, man. Let me see how many. In service. Okay. So I just need these guys to total this number up for me. It don't look like 5,700 to me. Like, I'm looking at the list. It don't look like 5,700. It looks like it's about, man, hang on. So there's 1,500 training jets in the Navy. In the Air Force. So the number's pretty close to being the same, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But even if it isn't, I know this, it's really hard to fly in the Air Force. It's really easy to fly in the Navy. You know, so to me, that's a no-brainer. So I'll stop telling people there's more aircraft in the Navy.
All right.
But I'm going to go do some research off my phone when we get done and make sure. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. One more question. I know you're all the way for the officer route. Well, what do you think about an 18X contract for the Army? Never mind.
You asking stupid questions. What do you think I think about an 18 X-ray contract?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Pakistani and black dude. How long do you think it is going to take before they try to pull you over into special forces as an infantry officer?
Quick.
All right, let's put a bet on this. We're gonna put a bet on this. Okay. So I don't know if you're gonna have to go to OCS. I don't know. Okay. But let's say you just go straight and your first class is IOBC, Infantry Officer Basic School. Okay. I'll give it 1 day before someone says to you, hey man, have you thought about going to special forces? Because they're going to ask you the same question I did. Hey, what's your ethnicity? I'm Pakistani and black. Okay, cool. Have you thought about going to special forces? I'll put a bet on it. It's less than 1 day. It's 1 day. Your first day in IOBC class, someone's going to come up to you and say, hey, man, or your first PT test where they actually see you run and see that you can run and you physical. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if that's the case, then go ahead and sell me on this 18 X-ray contract with a college degree from Texas A&M in the Corps Cadets, one of the best Corps Cadets in the country. Go ahead and sell me how you done spent 2 years in the Corps Cadets at Texas A&M, and all of a sudden you want to go list on an 18 X-ray contract.
I can't.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you asking stupid ass questions, so I just want to make sure that, like, I want to hear your college defense, right? Like, if you a smart dude, give me your debate. I'm ready. I want to listen to it.
I can't. You're right.
You sure?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I just had this conversation. I'm training a person to go to SEALs training. They hit me with the same garbage 2 days ago. Okay, like, this ain't a hard problem. What's your dad do right now?
He's like doing some advisor work for CVS.
Okay, what's your mom do?
My mom, she does her own esthetician work.
Okay.
So she does like faces and stuff.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. Both of them have decently hard-working jobs. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and are they paying for college, or are you paying for college?
My dad is.
Your dad's paying for college.
Yeah.
Did your dad immigrate from Pakistan, or was he here already?
No, yeah, he came over.
He immigrated from Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is he telling you?
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He said it doesn't make sense to enlist.
Okay, did he slap the crap out of you?
Nah.
Okay, it doesn't make no sense. Why'd your dad come over here from Pakistan?
Education.
He wanted a better life, right?
Yes, sir.
So why would he pay for his son to go to college, and then his son turn around and spit in his face and tell him, I'm gonna go enlist? When he got every opportunity, everything calling him, he go be a great Army officer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, that's what y'all don't think about, man. Like, you think your dad's had some struggles in life?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Because the way it looked like now, you just kind of spitting on him and saying, hey, you know what, Dad, I'm gonna go enlist. I know you paid for me to go to Texas A&M. I know you pay for me to be in the Corps Cadets. I know I got all this education on leadership from the Corps Cadets at Texas A&M. I'm wearing uniform to class, but you know what, Dad? I'm just gonna spit on you. I'm gonna go enlist in the military, so I'll be a Navy SEAL. Okay? And I gotta wait 3 years to actually get there. It'll be 4 years before you step into a SEAL team. And you could be in a Ranger regiment. You could be in a Ranger regiment in 3 years from now. That's after having worked as an officer for 3 years. Okay, you could be in the middle of the Q course. Like, I'm telling you, you can be an asset to the Army. They're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, we got to keep this young man happy. Okay, but you go enlisted, man, they're gonna hook you up to that sled dog team. and you just gonna be another dog on that sled, pulling that sled down the road. Okay? And I'm not down on enlisted, man. I talked to a dude yesterday, man. I think him going enlisted is a great opportunity, but he ain't put the struggle and the sacrifice in to go to college. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Okay, and I'm telling you like this because I'm sharing this. I want everybody to hear, like, your parents paid for college and you're gonna spit in their face and say, hey man, I know you saved all this money. I know you are missing meals. I know you living less than you could live to save money to help me go to college. But you know what, Dad? I'm gonna go enlist in the military because that's what I want to do. Right? Like, this whole thing is about selfless living, man. Like I said this yesterday to the young man. If my son came in here, graduated from college, and told me he was going to enlist in the military, we would go out in the backyard and I would whoop his ass. Or I would get my ass whooped. Okay? But I'll be damned if my dude went to college and is going to enlist in the military. Enlist is not a bad thing. But I ain't send you to college to go enlist in the military. You know, and I think that's missed on this generation. Y'all looking at the quick gratification, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, you living for your dad. Your dad living for you right now, man. You know, how proud do you think your dad is gonna be at your commission?
Very.
Right? Like, your dad gonna be like, yeah, my son's an officer in the Army. Now, him walking around saying his son's a Navy SEAL is pretty cool, but dog, like, it ain't the same. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I like the way you put it.
Okay. You got what other questions you got?
So I've been doing like chest to deck push-ups. Is that how they do it for the PSTs?
I don't know about PST, man. You know, I don't care about no push-ups and sit-ups. Have you emailed me?
Yeah, I have the PDF.
Okay,
I started
I
doing
would just tell you, if you're going in the Army, like, how many push-ups can you do right now?
Man.
2 minutes.
I'll probably do like maybe 75.
Okay, here's what I would tell you. You bench press ever? You ever bench press?
No, sir.
So I would tell you, if you start doing some bench press, and we could talk about that offline, but if you just do some bench press 3 times a week, in 6 months from now, you'll be cranking out 100 push-ups. But here's the deal. I don't need you to crank out 100 push-ups. You fine right where you are right now. You know, like, you running fast, you swimming. Like, the swimming, you got to swim like 100 yards in uniform. Okay. Right? Can you swim 100 yards in uniform?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I hope so. If you're talking about being a Navy SEAL. So then I tell everybody, man, you going in the Army, you cutting off half your workout because you ain't got to swim that well. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I would just tell you, you know, like, I'm not real big on push-ups. I'm real big on abs. Okay, you got to do abs every day. But if you want to, you want to get that push-ups up, you just start doing some bench press. But know this, that bench press is going to hurt you at Ranger School. It's going to hurt you in selection. All the extra muscle mass hurts you, man.
Right.
How much you weigh?
I'm pretty skinny. I'm 145.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Okay, so here's the thing. How old are you? 26, 25, right?
Right.
But you Pakistani and black. Is your mom skinny?
My mom, she used to be.
Okay, so you might have them skinny jeans, right?
Yeah, my dad is definitely skinny.
Okay, so then you just gonna have to lift some weights, bro.
Okay.
Right, you gotta lift some weights, pump some iron, and I'm not gonna tell you to do a lot of pumping. I got a simple little program, man. We do 8s for a week. Then you're gonna go down, like, you never lifted, so you're gonna do 12s for a week. Okay. Then you're gonna do 8s for 2 weeks. Then you're gonna do 5s, and then you'll do 3s. And the first time through, we'll just do 1 week of 5s, 1 week of 3s, and then you'll come back and hit that cycle again. You'll hit 8s, then you'll go 1 week of 8s, 2 weeks of 5s, 3 weeks of 3s.
Okay.
And you'll start getting, yeah. How many pull-ups you doing right now?
Pull-ups is an easy day. I could probably do 15 consecutively.
Okay.
15, 20.
So we'll put a complementary lift in there, like lat pull downs, like close grip, palm facing lat pull down, or pull downs on the machine, like all that stuff. You get strong overnight, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this: you don't need to get much stronger than you are now.
Okay.
Right? Cause you got a superhero power. Now they probably gonna make you learn Arabic. So if I was you, I would start. Is Pakistan Arabic?
So no, he
English
speaks Urdu.
is what?
He speaks Urdu.
Urdu. I don't even know what language that is, but I'm sure it's probably even better. So if I was you, I would start working with your dad on Urdu.
Yeah.
You know any of it?
I mean, I know like hello and hi and just basic things.
Yeah,
But
because I would learn it because they're gonna send you to language school. I can tell you that right now.
yeah, that's another thing why I actually kind of like the Green Beret side more.
Yep.
So the foreign internal defense, when I started looking into it, that seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
You think I'm just giving you BS about going in the army as an officer?
No, sir.
No, man. Like, dude, there's all sorts of reasons, right? Like I tell everybody, man, like when I look at you and I know your situation, like I know exactly where you should go to maximize everything you have, but also to maximize the love that the Army's gonna give you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's gonna be hard, man. You going to the special forces, you brown. But you know, you're gonna talk to me, I'm gonna get you ready for it. It ain't gonna be that big a deal. I got a brother right now killing it in the Army, officer.
Yeah.
Said he loved it. And he told me, he said, man, Jake, I wish I'd have listened to you out of college. Because he went and worked at a prison. I told him, I said, you're gonna hate the prison, bro.
Yeah.
He worked in prison for 9 months, called me, man. I got to do something different, man. I said, let's go. Now he in the Army. He been in the Army for 2 years now. He loved it, man. He said, I ain't never getting out the Army. So, okay.
Cool.
All right, man. You got any questions? Just you got my cell phone number. You know, just ping me a text message. Do this, text me over your name, and then you fill out my spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's the email you send out when you sign up, right?
Yeah, the Google Doc.
Yeah, I filled that out.
Okay, I just want to make sure I color your name in so I can keep track of all these dudes I talk to.
And Mr. Zweig, I just want to say thank you for this.
You're welcome, bud.
I never really had like someone to sit down and talk to me about it.
Yeah, bro. I told you, man, I do this because I made the same mistake you making, right? I had in my mind what I thought was right about the Naval Academy in West Point, but I couldn't have been farther from the truth. But no one, like I tell people, no one in my town, man. I sit right next to an Army base, man. I gotta have 100 West Point graduates in my town, man. Not one of them pulled me aside and explained the difference between Naval Academy and West Point. I'm picking the Naval Academy based on the fact that there's sailboats on the cover, man. You know, so if I had a conversation like this, I would have went to the Army like that. I would have went to West Point like that, you know, and maybe my experience would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all that when you get ready, when you start getting ready to go. We'll talk about what we got to do to make sure that you have a great experience, right?
Yes, sir.
And it really just involves like you got to get some mentorship. You know, I got a whole bunch of 06s. I got a general in the Army. You know, you got to find a lieutenant, a captain, and then you got to find like a major, a senior major, or a light colonel, and then you got to find a 06 colonel.
And these are for the references, right?
No, I'm talking about when you get in the Army for mentorship.
Oh, okay.
To help you make better decisions, to make sure you don't do dumb stuff like enlist in the Navy as a SEAL. Right? I tell everybody, like, I'm good through the first 7 years, but that's when I got out the military. So I can't talk to you about them high-level politics at major, light colonel, right? What it takes to make general. You know, I got a dude I think might have a chance to make admiral. Okay, we got 2 of them actually. I don't give them dudes any advice at all. If they even call me and ask for advice, I tell them flat out, you better call the 3 admirals you know, because I'm not even talking to you about that topic. Right? Because I tell everybody, we don't take advice from nobody that ain't where we want to go. And
That's
then
genuine.
you don't give no advice on anything you don't have a clue on. Right? So if you ain't lived it, you don't know it. Right? Here's my deal. Like people ask me about naval aviation. I tell them, listen, man, I done made like 30 pilots at this point. I done lived all the way through the training cycle with these dudes. So people ask me, well, you're not a pilot. How can you talk about it? So listen, man, I done helped 30 dudes get through flight school. I got a whole bunch of classmates that are flying in the airlines right now. Some of my mentees have already gotten out. They flying in the airlines, making $550,000 a year. Okay. I may not have lived it myself, but I've lived it through all of my mentees going through that process. Same thing with Nuke School. Same thing with Navy SEALs. Now, I lived the Navy SEAL experience, but the Army Ranger experience is the same thing. I done lived it with my guys already. And so, you know, my background and my understanding of the process is all the same process. You know, now, if you tell me you're going to go fly in the Air Force, it's the same process. You know, we're going to do the same thing. We'll get a mentor 20 years ahead, 10 years ahead, 5 years ahead. You go to flight school in the Air Force, first thing we do is find you 2 or 3 pilots that are in the Air Force to go help you learn all the little stuff you got to know about the Air Force that's different than the Navy. Right? I got the #1 dude in flight school was my guy.
Yeah.
But we started that process of training him to go to flight school when he was a sophomore at the Naval Academy. Right? It ain't by accident that we make #1s. We prepare. You know, that dude had 50 hours when he showed up at flight school, 50. And he was better than everybody else. Not because he was better, but because he was prepared. He had 50 hours of flight time. Okay. So the process is the same, brother. But yeah, we don't take advice from nobody that ain't been where we want to go, man.
That's what my mom says.
But see, you don't listen to your mom, do you?
No, I listen to my mom.
Okay, I hope so. But you were still talking about going enlisted in the Navy, right? What'd your mom say about it?
She's like, I don't know. She's just like, I don't know.
She don't even want to say nothing to you because she's so upset, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your mom from?
So my mom's from Mississippi.
Okay. How'd she meet your dad?
So they met in Texas because she was working at like as a dental hygienist. And so he came in for a cleaning or whatever, and that's how they met.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, dude. You got my cell phone number. Don't be a stranger. You got questions, let me know. You know, shoot me a message, whatever. We'll jump back on here because I always think it's good to provide them with the general masses on my YouTube with feedback about like what your decision was, how you feel about your decision. You know, and I just want to make sure, you know, I want to know how it goes when you go talk to the guys in the Corps cadets, the captains in the Army. Like, yes. You may not have to go to basic or OCS, which would be absolutely awesome because you will start off in ILBC. So then the next question, we got to get you ready for ILBC. You know land navigation?
That's what worries me because I don't know.
Yeah, listen, you ain't got no worries. Why don't you have any worries?
Because I can learn it.
Because what? Like, why don't you have any worries about going to ILBC and land navigation or shooting or any of that stuff?
Because they'll teach me.
Because I'll teach you.
All right.
Right?
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm coming, I got a whole land nav section coming. I'm gonna have to shoot it the next couple of days because I got to get it done. Okay, I've been teaching land nav to all of my SEALs for the last 20 years. And it's country land nav, how to really navigate in the woods. Okay. You ain't gotta worry about that. How much shooting have you done?
I've been to the range a few times.
Okay, so like we gonna buy this pellet gun, man. This pellet gun's $50. It's an M4 pellet gun. And you're gonna shoot that pellet gun an hour a day. 3 months from now, you'll be able to shoot. Okay. There's little things like that. It's the difference between somebody that knows what they're talking about and someone that don't have a clue. I could tell you go get a 22, but you can't get no 22 bullets right now. So we shoot this M4 mocked up pellet gun and you go to town, brother.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't think I have your number.
So it's in the LinkedIn.
Okay, I got you.
No, because I said if I'm not on here at 10:30, shoot me a text message, right? You see it in LinkedIn?
Was the Zoom meeting your number?
Nah, that ain't my phone number, man. Let me see. Didn't I tell you?
You said it, but you didn't give me a number.
I didn't send it to you. All right, you got it now. Cool. Oh man, that's not the right number.
All right.
Man, that's the wrong number. Hang on. Text me over your name, bud.
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right, man. Kick
Thank you.
rocks, right? Let's go. I expect a phone call here by the end of the week that you went and talked to the captains in the Corps cadet. You done got to figure it out what you got to do to go into the Army as an officer. All right.
Yes, sir.
And we want to go. We want to go infantry too. Don't let them try to put you in no crap, man. We're not serving nobody no food. We ain't driving gas trucks around. We ain't going to logistics. We try to be an infantry line officer.
And then that'll take me to special forces.
1,000,000%.
Right on. Cool.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.